All right, how to respond to interview questions part 2 with Chiamaka Bobby-Umeano right here to tell us how that is very possible, especially those of us, or those of you going out today for an interview. You might just have that answer to getting that slot in that company. You're welcome, Chiamaka.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so we began this discussion last week, and there were certain things you told us. I would like you to even try to refresh our memories and then tell us other things that we didn't cover last week.
Okay, we said that your job interview is an opportunity for you to showcase your communication skills, because actually they already have your CV, they've gone through your details, but they want to put a face to all the things they've read in black and white. And so your best bet is to put forward your best speaking skills. And of course, we said last week that it's beyond talking really, because the moment you step into the interview hall, they're already taking note of you, your presence, your appearance, how presentable you are, and your manners too, because a story was once told about a certain gentleman who went for a job interview. And right from downstairs, the whole office was scattered with pieces of papers, chairs turned upside down, and he was able to pick them along the way. Kept on organizing everything he met along the way. And by the time he got to the last floor where the interview, or he thought the proper interview would take place, they now asked him, "So gentlemen, when do you want to start work?"
Wow.
And then he was confused. I'm not the guy that I just walked in. We know we're done with your interview, so when are you starting work? And he was confused.
Wow.
And then they now went ahead to explain to him that all those disorganized situations were part of the interview. They wanted to know whether you have an eye for details, and it's not just enough for you to sit.
Story.
Oh yes, it's not just enough for you to sit and tell us you're organized, you're this, you're that. You have shown the level of organization.
People should just start doing that and start picking everything on
the So really, the interview has a lot to do with you as a person. So the first assignment you have to do is self-awareness, which begins with clarity of purpose. Who are you? What do you want? What kind of job are you looking for? And how do you want people to rate you at the end of the day? It's not enough to sit and say, okay, I have good teamwork ability to do this and that. No. They want
eye
to
for
really,
details.
Exactly.
Okay. My question is two-pronged, both for the interviewers and the interviewees, so to say. I've heard things like, if you go for an interview and you notice that among the panelists, one is just looking straight and the other one is nodding, that you should focus on the one that is nodding.
That's right.
And look away from the other one that is putting a strong face. Don't you think you should also need to make that one nod, or nodding may
Some people don't nod.
not nodding may not mean, rejection.
Well, sometimes it's funny, really, and it can be tricky. Sometimes, I'm sorry to say, sometimes that person who is nodding may not necessarily be the one listening, right? And sometimes that person staring into space may be the most critical person. But of course, we know we're humans and we work with, we connect with each other. So tendencies are that if I'm talking and you're the one nodding, instantly, I will easily connect with you because your body language is saying yes to what I am saying. And again, there's another thing to it. You can actually focus on the person who is looking straight for some seconds. And that eye contact might force the person to now look your way. And in that uneasiness, also be forced to probably nod to what you are saying. So it's all about you as well. Being able to have that presence of mind, know who actually is paying attention to you. And beyond that, have a way of sounding interesting. Because sometimes the fact that that person is looking away or staring into space could also be an unconscious body language telling you that, hey, you're beating about the bush, you're wasting our time, or you're going off point. So with that presence of mind, it will help you to also quickly ask yourself, am I on point or am I deviating? Am I saying something they ought to hear, or am I just rambling? So it's also a good indication. So the fact that you're able to notice that, for instance, is a kudos. But again, the question is, what do you do immediately to bring everybody's attention to you?
All right.
Yes.
I think we'll have to continue this topic next week,
Wow.
Thursday, because there's a question burning in my heart. But because of time constraint, I will leave it till next week.
Okay.
And I hope I've whet your appetite. If you really want to know that question, make sure you stay tuned on Thursday next week, where I will ask Chiamaka Bobby-Umeano about this very important, inshallah. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
God willing, will be here to witness another, information from Chiamaka. Thank you most kindly, Chiamaka, for your time with us. And this is a very big disclosure, if you ask me. So if you're going for an interview, maybe for a cleaner, for example, you can't be throwing tissue on the floor and you're going for a cleaner interview. It doesn't make sense, right? Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And this is where we wrap today's program, sadly so. But tomorrow is open day, which is very exciting because you'll be talking to us once again on the phone. And Kayode will be right here to receive the calls.
Until as is next, stay tuned.
See you. Bye.